Hello there, and welcome back to Build with the Boys. Time for a weekly catch-up. It's been a good week. A lovely weekend. Bank holiday weekend. Another one. We're getting too many of these. There's way too many bank holiday weekends at the moment, but I've enjoyed every single one of them. It's a long way to the next one, August to the next one. But what did we do? Well, a nice chill weekend with the kids, man. It was nice. We just relaxed. But I spent bank holiday Monday building the fifth of the Real Life book nooks, which is this one here. And man, this thing is gorgeous. So this is the first one uses LED strips, so the whole bottom lights up. Look at that. It's gorgeous golden glow. And it's got this kind of anime thing going on. It's beautiful. It's really nice. So really enjoyed that one. Now there is an incredibly long video up on the channel of the build of that one. The reason why it's longer is because I've done builds videos for all of the book nooks. And they are the ones that get the most, I'm stuck on this, I can't do this doesn't work, how do I do this, please show me this. So that I'm just going to have to go longer and go more in depth into what we do, and it's helped a lot of people, aren't we? That's why we do this. It's, you know, if you ever need help with something, it's nice to be able to go and find someone that's prepared to give it you. So that's why we do it. But it's beautiful. I really like this one. If you haven't built one of these book nooks and you've been tempted to get one, Fallen Secura, that's that one. That would be the one I'd recommend for a starter, because it looks beautiful, but it's not overly complicated. I'd say of all of the ones, it's the easiest one to build. That doesn't mean it's easy, so please don't let that hit you and think, oh, he said it's easy to build. It's the easiest of the four to build. That doesn't mean it's easy. It just means it's easier than the other four. But it's really nice. I really like it. And speaking of Rokr and Real Life, they have announced 2 new models recently. Now, if you've seen the Magic Cello, it was a automated music box. So it was a cello that played itself. So the bow would go backwards and forwards, and the cello would play itself. I've not built that one yet. I'm tempted by it, but I don't know. Well, they've released another one to go with it. And it is the Magical Piano. And it's this one here. So it's very nice, very pretty. It plays itself as the keys move on their own and it plays the tune. And I think that's lovely. It's a nice thing. I don't know what the music's going to sound like. So I don't know. I don't think it's the mechanical music box. I think it's electrical music. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to come out of that one. But the keys move on their own. And I think that's lovely. And you can see from the gears and what you see the gears move around the top. It's very ornate. It's a very, very pretty thing. And then the other one that they've recently announced. This is weird, right? But I kind of like it. I don't think I'm going to build it. I say that. I think if this came up for like a bargain price somewhere, I'd probably get it. But I kind of like it. At first I thought, no, I don't like that. Now I'm kind of like, that's kind of growing on me. It's these. This is strange, but go with it. Wooden flowers. Now, Lego did something similar to this. I wouldn't be surprised if Rokr took inspiration or borrowed heavily from them for this. But I quite like that. I quite like the idea of having set wooden flowers in here. And I might get it. I might. I mean, I'm not going to rush out and get it. It's not on my list of I need these. But I quite like the idea of that. I think they look quite nice. And it's something different. Different is good. We live in a world where everything's the same. It's nice to have something different, you know? What else we do? So, over the weekend we built 6 parts of the Batmobile tumbler. So we got our first sort of big pack turn up. And it was parts, let me think, 11 to 16. And there wasn't loads to do in it. But it's the nature of the beast. So we were working on parts of the dashboard. We've worked on parts of what's essentially the steering column. Now, that's had people messaging me about the steering wheel because they're like, it's people that know what it is and people who don't know what it is. So I mean, I know what the steering is on the tumbler, but what I've been asking is kind of, well, how's that going to steer the wheels? Because you have like 2 handles that go in front of this thing, which is great, but again, how does moving those steer the wheels? I don't think it will. So how are the wheels moving in the commercial? Well, I mean, one of 2 things is happening there. Either somebody is holding the one wheel and turning it, because you only see one wheel on the commercial move, and if you turn the one wheel, the other one moves. Maybe that's what's happening. Or there is a chance that these things are going to be operated by the remote, like you press the remote and the wheels will turn. I don't know. But I can't see, there's nowhere inside that the dashboard that I can see at the moment where turning the handles will turn the wheels. It just isn't there. You don't need it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, because my Route Master does it. If you turn the wheel of the Route Master, the wheels will turn. How many of us actually use that feature? It's nice that it does it, but I mean, I don't use that feature. And Ecto 1 does the same thing, DeLorean does the same thing. How many people actually do that? Put their hand in and turn the wheel to turn the... Because you stiff to the foot. So who cares? If it does it, great. If it doesn't, I'm not that bothered. But the Batmobile, I mean, it's growing. I'm trying to see where it is. I thought maybe it was around here. It isn't. I put it away. It's big. So we've got the big sort of floor pan for the cockpit, and it's hefty. And this is going to be heavy. I mean, they always are, but I think this one's going to be particularly heavy, because just the front part with the wheels and the suspension arms, now that's on, it's like, Christ, that's got some heft to it, some weight, you know. But I can't wait to see where we're going with this. It is, I mean, again, I know a lot of people are building this the first time they've built one of these models, and they're kind of expecting all these great big lumps and chunks of, no, we've got 120 parts to go. We're barely into this. We've all got over 100 parts to go on this one. We've got like 104 parts to go. So you're not going to get great big lumps of frame immediately. It doesn't work like that. But you will. I mean, this is the thing. It's all that's coming. It's all got to be there at some point. But it looks very much like we're building the cockpit at this stage. So we're going to get wheels and all kinds of things. It looks like that's what we're doing. So I'd be very surprised if this year we see any chassis. I think we're just going to be building cockpit for the foreseeable. But there's nothing wrong with that. It'll look really nice, you know. Titanic has shipped. So Titanic shipped on the 25th, which was Thursday. So I'm expecting that any day. I mean, Bank Holiday typically slows things down, but I'm expecting Titanic on the weekend, but if it turned up tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. But that'll be good as well, because it doesn't seem that long since we had Titanic, but here it is again. So Titanic's come back around. So we'll be doing more work on the hull, and that hull's getting big on the Titanic now, so we're looking forward to seeing that grow some more. I'm sure it only feels like 2 weeks since we had some Titanic. This seems quick, this one. The other one that has shipped is the Infinity Gauntlet. So Infinity Gauntlet has shipped. As of now, it's not here. But again, with that, I'm expecting it literally any day. So, I mean, if it hasn't arrived today, it could be tomorrow. It'd be literally any day now that's going to drop through the door. And that's our first pack of 4. So we're going to get 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then after that, every pack after that's going to be 5, which will be an OCD nightmare, because we're always going to end on an odd number. Well, every other month we're going to end on an odd number, which is going to be weird. But we get packs of 5. So after this one, which is 4, we then move on to 5 a month. So it's not 5 every 5 weeks. Every 4 weeks we get 5. So this one flies. So by next Christmas, the Gauntlet's built. So it's only like an 18-month build, this one. But that'll be good. That's something I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see this thing grow, man. I really can't, because it is already big. And we've only done 2 parts, but it's already massive. So I don't know, when we get halfway through this, I would imagine this thing is going to be bloody enormous. I mean, I've seen the thumb of the Gauntlet, just the thumb, and it's ridiculous. It's a Swiss roll. It's huge. So it'll be an interesting one. Now, an existing model that I don't know how popular it is or it isn't. I certainly haven't seen many YouTubers doing it. I know some are, but I've not seen many. And I've not seen a lot of social media posts about it. But the Moomin house that's been out for a while now, I don't know if they were posting it, because again, I've not really seen anyone past pack 1. It's not for me. It's just not for me. But to our American friends, you haven't had the option of Disney Doll's house yet. If you're interested, the Moomin house is now officially launching in America. Don't know how popular it's going to be over there, but if you would like to build the waking nightmare that is the Moomin house, you can, and it's this one here. See, for me, I mean, it's lovely. The model itself is lovely, but Moomins was like a bad acid trip. And for me, it's a perfect example of the people that were teens in their early 20s in the 60s went on to make the television that we grew up watching as children in the 80s. So we got a lot of this very nightmare fuel TV shows, and I'm sorry, man, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. The original TV show, The Moomins, which was like a stop motion thing, was like, honestly, if David Cronenberg had directed kids' TV, that's what it would have looked like. It was horrifying. So, I mean, honestly, I'm a big scary dude, but the thought of having a Moomin house in my home filled with little Moomins, nah, ain't happening. So yeah, it wasn't what I was gonna do, but that's weird. But look, joking aside, it is a nice model. It's a really nice model, and if you are an American collector and you want to do one of these houses, because you're not getting the love from Hachette over there, you're really not. But if you want to do one of these houses, the Moomin house is available for D'Agostini for shipment to the USA, so you will be able to do the Moomin house. I had a feeling that one was going to come up on Fan Home, which Fan Home is kind of the pop culture offshoot of D'Agostini. It's the same company, but I thought it was going to go to Fan Home. It hasn't. It's D'Agostini, but they are as I said, you can get it. You can get it if you're an American subscriber and you want to build one of the houses like we've been building. You can't get the Disney house. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to get that. There is a way, though. So if you go to partrockupgrades.com, they do a forwarding service. So if you're an American viewer and you want to build that doll's house, you can. You can use their forwarding service. So basically the subscription will deliver to the UK and then they will forward it on to you. So you can get it. You can do it. But it is an option. So yeah, if you look at partrockupgrades.com, they do offer that service, which is good. It's really good. What else have we got coming up? Well, it's going to be a long old poke now until we get any more tumblers. So we're going to be looking at another 6 weeks until tumbler turns up. So that's not going to be here in June, basically. We will not be getting a tumbler delivery in June. We're not going to get that till I'd say the first week of July. You're going to get the next 6 parts of tumbler. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because Hachette's website typically tells you when your next parts are shipping. And they would have told you that your next parts from are shipping in like 2 weeks' time. I promise you they're not. Their website is set up in a way that once something's shipped, it just automatically jumps forward 4 weeks and tells you that's your next dispatch date, because they've not altered it to the 6 week cycle they're currently using. So it's going to tell you that your parts are shipping in 4 weeks. They're not. Your parts will not ship for 6 weeks. It really is that simple. So you will not be getting a Batman tumbler delivery in June. Your next one's going to be first week of July. But we'll be on stage, 22 by that point? So exciting times, man. Ecto 1 is so dangerously close to shipping now. It's, I don't know, man, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. But Ecto 1, hopefully, will be shipping in about 5 weeks' time, 6 weeks' time. So around about the time we get our next collection of Tumblr, we should be around about the point where Fan Home are about to ship the Ecto 1. Now I've got 2 packs left to do. So I had 7 parts in total. Right, I said 7 parts in total left. They seem to think I've got 6 parts left. I don't know. So originally we were supposed to do 143 parts of Ecto 1. Fan Home are now saying it's 142. So I don't know what's missing. I mean, we've discussed this before. I believe that what Eagle Moss had done is what they did with the DeLorean. So the final part of the DeLorean, before they did the Back to the Future 3 conversion, the final part didn't come with any build parts at all. It came with a dust cover and a very thick instruction book with all of the instructions in one book. That's all you got. So you got dust cover. I reckon that's what was going to be in Ecto 1. I reckon Ecto 1 was 142 parts and the 143rd issue was a dust cover. I reckon that's what that was. If it is, good. I don't want a dust cover. I certainly don't want to pay 11 quid for one that I'm never going to use. You just built this mold and now you're going to put a cover on it. What's the point of that? I mean, it would help if you haven't got a case, but cases as well, as I said, my Ecto 1 case is currently in the process of being made. So once I've got that, I will show it to you so you can have an idea of these cases that will be coming your way. Because again, I've had a lot more discussion about those. A lot of people are very interested. I will definitely have more details of where you can get those. But it's exciting times, man. So we got the next free gift as well from our Tumblr subscription in the Batman mug. it's a generic mug. I mean, there's only so much I can say about it. It's a generic mug. I'm curious, what do you think of these free gifts that we get? So we got mugs and what else we get? Key rings, those bloody toolkits they keep sending that are good for nothing. What do you think of the free gifts? I'm genuinely interested of what you think of the free gifts. Are there any that you've had that you're like, actually, that was really good? Or are there any that you wish they'd do that they haven't? And when I say that realistically, because I mean, I've heard people, oh yeah, they should give us this. Well, they're not going to give you that, are they? It's just a little thing. But what would you like? I mean, I personally like the tin signs. I like those when they send those. Key rings, nah. Baseball caps, no. I don't like the baseball caps. I don't like the t-shirts. I don't like the mugs. They're all right, but I mean, it's a mug. Do you know what I mean? What can you really say about it? So what would you like to see for your free gifts? And be realistic. I mean, free gifts have got to be around about tenner. They're not going to be much more than that. But what do you think they should give you a free gift? Do you think it should be something you can use with a build? Do you think it should be... What would you like to see? Because I'd be curious. Because they always ask. And I do these... I do surveys and whatnot for them. So if enough people are saying the same thing, well, I'll throw out my survey and say, this is what we want. And I can mention that to them. Because I don't still want to tell them what we don't want, you know, because that's easy to do. I don't want this. But what do you want? If you don't want that, what do you want? And I'd be interested to hear. I really would. Because there are things that seem obvious. But we do tend to just get the same stuff. Here's a key ring. I mean, it's like with Fan Home, definitely. It's typically 2 prints, cap, t-shirt, and then a random thing. And the random thing could be anything. Could be a mug. Could be a miniature version of something, could be, who knows. With the gauntlet, bizarrely, we're getting like 2 gauntlets. So with the gauntlet, we're getting the 2 prints, we're getting the mug, we're getting the t-shirt, we're getting the cap. Those are your standards. But we're also getting a smaller version of the gauntlet, about that big. And we're also getting a small version of the nano gauntlet as well, which is interesting. I mean, I quite like that, but I don't know. The one thing I don't want, those screwdriver sets suck. I can't stand those. I don't want any more of those. I really don't. Keyring, nonplussed. But let me know. Pop in the comments what you'd like to see for your free gifts. What would you like to see? Because it'd be good to. I don't want binders either. I can't stand binders. I don't need them. Hate them. Hate binders. I don't use them. I don't keep them. But I always end up with bloody loads of them. I really do. And that's the snakiest thing Eagle Moss did. Of all the things Eagle Moss did, for me, the most underhand thing they did, where I'm like, you knew, right? So when it comes to the company going bust and not being able to send things out, you could almost say, well, you know, they tried. The snakiest thing they did was with the Ecto 1 binders. So we were done. We weren't getting any more binders from Ecto 1. And then the very last shipment we all got, they accidentally sent us a binder and charged us like 11 quid for it. And we were like, I don't need another binder. They then said, okay, if you want to return your binder, what you need to do is call this number. We'll call you back, but that could take up to 2 weeks. We'll give you a code. We'll send you out a return slip. That's going to take 6 weeks. You send it back. Once we've checked it in, 6 weeks later, we'll issue a refund. And then that refund could take 6 weeks. So 18 weeks to get your 11 quid back. Because they knew full well the company was going to be gone within those 18 weeks. So what they did was they stole 11 quid from you, which is just skanky. They knew what they were doing. They just offloaded all those binders to squeeze another 11 quid out of everyone before the company went under. And that was the most underhand thing they did. That was a mugging. That was a theft. And yeah. So, I mean, I feel sorry for everyone that lost their jobs at Eagle Moss, but at the same time, I mean, they have the sleaziest business practice, and it's like, wow, it's hardly a surprise, is it? But coming up to John, so we'll have Infinity Gauntlet coming up. So we've got 4 parts of Infinity Gauntlet coming up. We will have the next 4 parts of Titanic coming up. Disney Doll's House is still another 2 weeks away. We do have the Mars rover. So we're building the Mars rover. That's a solar-powered Mars rover. That'll be coming up on the channel as well. We've done our Lost Boys talks. That's filmed. That'll be going up this week as well. And a few other bits and pieces. I'm taking Jack to the wrestling on the weekend. So if we can get some pictures or video of the wrestling, I'll show you that as well. Because the last time I took him, Jack got in the ring. So we'll see what happens with that. But the plan is Jack is currently start training to be a professional wrestler. This is what he wants to do. I mean, he's only 10. We'll see how long that lasts. After he's been, slammed a few times, but Jack is currently training to be a professional wrestler. I encourage the kids. If that's what he wants to do, I'll back him 100% of the way. What are we watching? We're watching I Think You Should Leave. Now, I don't know if you've seen I Think You Should Leave. It's a comedy show on Netflix. It's a sketch show. It is probably the weirdest sketch show you'll ever see. But if it does it for you, if it hits your funny bone, you will really, really like it. Because me and Oscar have watched season 1 and 2 of I Think You Should Leave probably a dozen times now. And it is a ridiculously quotable show. And we can crack each other up just by walking and looking at each other going, tables! Which I appreciate has no context for you at all, but the episode with the tables sketch is ridiculously funny. But season 3 has just released. And again, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because it'll just spoil it. But if you like your comedy a bit weird, right, and awkward and cringy, I Think You Should Leave is fantastic. It's on Netflix. The episodes are really short. They're only like 15 to 20 minutes long, but you will laugh your ass off, I promise you, because it is a very, very surreal but funny show. That's about all from me. If you've got any questions, comments, if you'd like to show us your work, we'd love to hear from you. We really would. I am gathering at the moment your works, so thank you for sending them in to me. So if you've sent pictures in to me, I'm building some up, which I'm going to show. But what I'd like to show you is we got a very, very, very impressive Titanic collection sent to us, which I would like to share for you right now. So take a look at this. Impressive, right? I mean, that first one of the sinking Titanic is wow. That's seriously impressive. And what a collection. I mean, I thought I had it bad for having a thing for the Titanic, but man, Jay's got a serious collection there. It's very impressive. The little one at the end, the little wooden one, the more simpler version, I've got that. That's there. I built that. Not last Christmas, Christmas before. It's fine, it's cute. It's a real. I mean, it's nowhere near the detail of the other ones we've been doing. It's nowhere detail of half the ones we just saw there, but it's fun. And I think that's missing from a lot of models. Is it fun, right? So I mean, as much as it is like, yeah, it's really detailed, but I got really stressed out and wound up doing it. You're like, okay, did you enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, don't worry about it, But Jay's collection, bloody hell, that's really impressive. But as I said, we are accruing other collections and pictures we've been sent in. If you're happy for them to show them on the channel, please state in your email, happy to share. And we'll show them to you. So we're showing I'm at the moment collecting things of modifications people have made, and some of them are lovely. On all models, not just the Titanic, things people have done to the Doll's House, things people have done to their Iron Man, things people have done to their Ectos. And we're happy to share them, we really are, and show the world your work, because I'm sure they'll tell you they like it, because everything I've seen so far I'm loving. So keep them coming. You can send those to buildwiththeboys@outlook.com, and we will feature them on an up and coming weekly catch up. That's all from me. We will be back, as I said, with lots more stuff, lots more builds, lots more nonsense from me. The Lost Boys video, which will be our first of 10. So Lost Boys, if you haven't watched The Lost Boys yet, go watch The Lost Boys and then come watch the video, because you'll enjoy it. You really will. That's all from me in a world where you can be anything at all. Just be nice, and I will catch you very soon for more from Build with the Boys. Take care.